All right, let's try something. Imagine you're born, not in a hospital, but live into the thick, humid air of the Amazon. There's no warm welcome, no safety net. Today, we're going to live the life of one of the jungle's most legendary predators, and you're going to find out why it is a brutal, relentless climb to the top. And that climb, it starts with the harshest lesson imaginable.
Right from the very first second, you get a gut punch of reality. Your mother, well, she sees no real difference between giving birth and, pooping. Seriously, you're pushed out and boom, she's gone. You and maybe 40 of your siblings just scatter, instantly on your own. The jungle does not care that you're brand new.
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? When you start life as a 2-foot-long snack for pretty much everything with teeth, how in the world do you end up becoming the king of the river? Well, that's the journey we're about to take.
So, let's start at the very beginning. You are tiny, you're vulnerable, and you are completely, utterly alone. Your entire life is measured in moments, and every single one of them is a fight for your life.
As a newborn, you're basically an irresistible meal on the move. I mean, look at this list. Jaguars, caiman, even big birds see you as an easy grab-and-go lunch. And yep, you read that right. Other, bigger anacondas would be happy to eat you. The world is just teeth and claws, and you are at the absolute bottom of the menu.
So what's your move? You do the only thing you possibly can. You vanish. You just slip into the river, and you let that brown, murky water become your first real home, your first sanctuary. You just blend in, hoping you look like another shadow under the surface.
But you can't just hide forever. Survival means you have to hunt. Hunger starts to kick in. Your senses are new, but they pick up the flicker of a tiny fish. You freeze. You let the current do the work, get you closer, and then you strike. It's a tiny, tiny victory, but man, it's a victory. It's that first taste of what you have to become.
And this is your first true superpower, your skin, this incredible patterned mix of green and brown. This isn't just for looks, it is nature's perfect camouflage. It hides you from predators, sure, but way more importantly, it's about to start hiding you from your prey.
With every single meal, you change. You're not some helpless little thing anymore. You're a juvenile. You're getting bigger, you're getting stronger, and you're getting a lot more ambitious.
Your diet starts to seriously level up. You graduate from little fish to small rodents that make the mistake of getting too close to the water. Before you know it, you're eyeing capybaras. We're talking the world's largest rodents. And eventually, you'll even start picking fights with other predators like young caiman. Every meal is a power-up.
But let's not get cocky. You might be climbing the food chain, but you are not at the top yet. Oh no, jaguars and full-grown adult caiman would still love to make a meal out of you. You have to stay sharp, always using that camouflage, always being aware.
And then comes a real turning point. You spot a juvenile caiman, roughly your size, just hanging out on the riverbank. This is a huge risk, a massive gamble, but you take it. You slide into the water, a silent shadow, and you strike. This is your first real taste of success as a true predator. You're learning the game.
But learning involves failing. You might try to take down a capybara and get dragged halfway across the river before it breaks free. It's humbling for sure, but every single failure is just another lesson in this incredibly unforgiving school.
And all those lessons, all those meals, all those close calls, they all lead to this moment. You are no longer just scraping by. You're thriving. You've made it to adulthood. You are a true apex predator.
I mean, just look at you. You are a giant now, well over 15 feet long, and you're probably still growing. Your body is nothing but pure, coiled muscle. You're a force of nature that commands respect and, let's be honest, fear from almost every other creature around. So what's the payoff for all that struggle? Well, forget about rodents. Your menu now includes deer that come down to the river for a drink, wild pigs, and, yep, even the full-grown caiman that used to hunt you. You are now at the very top of the food chain.
Now, to support this kind of lifestyle, you need a home base. After days, maybe weeks of searching, you find it. A perfect, quiet stretch of river. It's hidden, it's full of prey. You mark it with your scent. This is your kingdom now.
But survival for yourself, it's not the ultimate goal. There's this ancient, deep, instinctual drive to pass on your genes. And for an anaconda, this whole thing is, well, it's a very strange and detached affair.
When mating season rolls around,
It all starts with this slow, winding dance. You and a mate just coil around each other in this mesmerizing spiral that can go on for hours. Honestly, it's probably the closest thing to a gentle interaction you'll ever have. But that gentleness, it ends, and it ends abruptly. Months later, as a female, you give birth to somewhere between 20 and 40 live babies. And then, you just leave. The cycle begins all over again, exactly like it did for you. No bond, no motherly instinct. It's just a biological function.
Years go by. You are the undisputed king of your domain. But there is one predator that no creature, no matter how powerful, can ever defeat: time itself.
That lightning speed you had in your youth, it's replaced by a slower, more strategic approach. The boundless energy gives way to this heavy weight of all the years. Your body, which was once a perfect weapon, starts to feel the wear and tear.
One day, you're stalking a deer. You lunge, but something's off. Your body just doesn't respond with that same explosive power. The deer senses you, it bolts, and it's gone. It's your first failed hunt in a very long time, and you can feel the exhaustion deep, deep in your muscles.
And this, right here, is how it ends for most anacondas. There's no big, epic final battle. You get too slow, too tired. The hunt becomes too hard. And eventually, you stop, and the jungle that you once completely ruled, it simply takes you back. From a tiny, vulnerable newborn to an absolute apex predator, and then right back to the earth. It's a brutal, solitary, and kind of magnificent life, isn't it? And it leaves us with a pretty big question. In a world where you start with absolutely nothing and you end by giving everything back, what does it truly mean to have survived?